I have no... Okay. Oh, cool. I actually did get the pause. That was a great up air by Peepee, actually. I'm trying to get... It's hard because the go is actually covering the screen. I'm going to go in slow-mo for this. So he sees this here, and he times the up air so that... I guess Peach could have landed and down smashed, but that was risky. And I also think it probably would have traded. A lot of times, first hit down smash will trade with the move, and then they won't get anything. But I actually like that up air, for the most part. Okay, now I can unpause and go normal speed. The go is just covering stuff. Decent up tilt by Peepee in case Peach fell on him. He could have thrown out back air for a more likely chance to get a hit, but less likely chance to get a combo opportunity. So he could have either read Peach's movement, which might have gotten him hit, or he can just throw out the up tilt to be safe. So I love that he chases Peach down immediately afterwards, after this up tilt whiffs. It's pretty hard for Peach to counter that. And note, he times the nair, not rising, but slightly delayed so he can get a fast fall. I do think instead of nair, he should have down aired if he wanted to do... It's weird. So essentially the situation is important because... Or not important, but it's important to think about this. So I'll pause right here. So Peepee does a slightly delayed nair so that he can get the nice fast fall shine. So it would have been safe if Armada shielded and Peepee crossed him up. He had a timing that... Oh god. That would have been safe versus shield grab. Ready? So watch this. Watch when he does the nair. See, he doesn't do it instantly, and then he starts it here, and then it hits by the time he's at the peak, so he can fast fall and be safe against shield grab. If he down aired, you'll have to delay it slightly more than nair to get the safe timing on shield, which might leave you vulnerable to something. But the downside with nair is that if Armada had just ASDI down, he could have down smashed Peepee. So nair approach is actually pretty risky. It did catch a jump from Peach, and most people aren't good at ASDIing down here. And there is the threat of down air. But I actually do think this is riskier than people know. So I think it's important to understand that, but I can't really say it was a bad nair. I liked it at the end of the day. But I do think he could have ASDI down. Turning annotations off. I hate annotations. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, so sorry guys, I'm not going to answer chat at all during this. Okay, shine, wave dash, great. I actually think he might have been able to get down air, but I actually really like back air. This is something I like as Falco that people don't do. So I think you always have to down air for your combo, but look at this back air. He gets to this side of him, gets the back air, does 15%, and then look at, it's Peach right here. Like Peach, Marth, Sheik right here. Like, what are they going to do? Peepee just gets another back air for free. So this combo literally nets him 2 back airs for what, 29 damage? Or 28 damage, I guess. But yeah, that's sick. I didn't know back air staled from fucking 15 to 13. That's weird. But yeah, anyway, so I actually love that back air, and people down air too much in Falco combos because you get the double back air, and then she's off stage in this awful position. So see, this was sick. Oh my god, Peepee's so good. So watch this. He does this, and then he falls down through and gets Peach to throw out the move instead of jumping up to hit her, and then gets a jump shine punish on the whiff. Down air. Oh my god, that was so fucking good. I actually remember that down air to down smash. So he gets the down air, down smash. Peach has no jump, so you can just... Oh no, he didn't cover that, right? So what you want to do right here is wait. I would have stood right here. Dash, short hopped off, and then once Peach got to right about here, just double jump down aired, and she wouldn't have been able to fast fall past it. I think that would have covered everything. Peepee grabbing the edge meant he had to back air to cover everything, which isn't as good. I also think what you could do is laser Peach out of her up B and then read her up B'ing again immediately by jumping out immediately and then getting the dare, which is also underrated. I think reading the startup of Peach's up B is underrated. I generally watch the whole match afterwards usually. Okay, anyway, so Peepee missed that opportunity, but this is still incredible. He jumps over the get up attack, which I think is great. And then he could have down tilted though, which would have gotten him the kill. This is good to immediately try to hit Peach because even though he gets back aired, he can just punish it. If he was good again, he could have ASDI down tilted, but that's risky because if you mess up, you just die. Great base by Peepee. dash dances when Peach is in the corner. He's so good at dash dancing. He gets clipped though. I don't think he wanted that, but again, it was a weak aerial, so it's not a big deal. He can just back air afterwards. Turn your back, get ready for the back air. I actually think he should have short hopped backwards one of those times. So once Peach gets close enough, by short hopping backwards, it gives you leverage to double jump bear her. You always want to have the option to double jump bear. So see here, if PP double jump bared, even if he did it at best he could, it would hit there. So he would need to be here at this point. As long as you're in range to double jump bear Peach, you have a threat, which is extremely important. So he doesn't get the edge guard because of that. But I think if you're not going to get the edge guard versus Peach, at least force her to the edge, because then she can't really do much. I also think challenging Peach more aggressively when she's here is good, because she can't really afford to just throw out an aerial out here. You can even short hop off stage and just nair her as Falco. There's no real downside. But he does something pretty safe. Gets the kill. Good job avoiding Peach. I mean, there's not much she can do about this. So this is why I think Battlefield's bad, because look at this. Falco can use this platform to short hop off and get a laser here, and then he can use this platform to short hop off and then get a laser here. So the platforms actually give him perfect access to lasering the float heights, which is a huge issue. Because like Peach can't do anything about this jump from here to here. She can only pressure him or be in a good spot. She can't actually hit him for it. And the thing is, normally pressuring people or being in a good spot is really strong, but if you get lasered for it, that's awful. Oh my god, Peepee's so good. Look at this. So right here, he knows he's safe if he full hops. Armada could have full hop aerialed him out of it, but it's very risky for Armada and low reward. And then after this, instead of landing on the platform, so Armada lands and then tries to dash, he falls through and reads him. I don't like that he instant double jumped, but it was a big high reward thing. So by jumping out of shine instead of wave dashing, if Armada didn't DI away, he would get a really good delayed down air into an up tilt or a shine. So he gets a higher reward combo on that DI while also being able to laser this DI and keeping Peach cornered. So that's actually a pretty good decision. But at the same time, if he had wave dashed out of it, he could have comboed everything, but then gotten a worse follow-up on the no DI. So that's sort of the reason to wave dash versus jump. After this, I think he should have turned around and set up for back air immediately, or he could have read Peach drifting away. Those are the two options. But instead, he backs off and shoots a laser and mistimes it, and Peach gets the fast fall fair. I really don't think he needed to back off there, though. Appreciate it, dude. Man, Peepee's so good at baiting. I need to do this more versus Peach, even as Fox. So right here, Peach is encouraged to throw out an early aerial, but Armada shouldn't have done it towards Peepee. Should have done it in place or retreating. By doing it towards Peepee, he gave Peepee an opportunity to full jump punish with Bear. Peepee really should have used Shine, but that was a bit more difficult, so he takes the free damage from the back air, and then Peach can't follow him anymore, and he just gets falling. He should have gotten the falling laser, which would have been incredible versus Peach, because you just get this, and then you laser right here so she can't float here, and then you can jump off at her. What he does instead, though, is recognizes that situation and just short hops off and down airs. He shouldn't have down air there. He should have nared. This is good by Armada right here to realize that he got down air to get a free down smash. So that's a huge mistake by Falco players to down air people out of the air. Maybe he thought he would go far enough that it would have been safe, or maybe he thought Peach would get knocked down. I don't know, but you should generally nair there. Alright, see you. Thanks for watching. So this down smash here. Peepee does tech away though, which Peach can't cover. So what Peach does instead is jump and then pressure the situation with float. The thing is, Falco can call you out for that, but it is risky. So oftentimes what I do as Peach, I either do that or I just keep running towards them and then just be ready to ASDI down on anything. But again, the risk on that is Falco just down airs at you. So it's risky, but high reward for Peach because you have him cornered. What Peepee does is extremely safe. He just full hops, and then he double jumps. Hard for Peach to challenge that. Honestly, by Armada trying to challenge that right here, he put himself in a bad situation. So challenging it is pretty risky. Dare, shine, up tilt, dare. Yeah, I'm surprised. So this is an interesting situation. If Peepee had shined and Armada didn't DI away, he might have been able to get a kill somehow, but I don't really like that. I like the up tilt way more. He does down air, but misjudges how much stun Peach is in. Oh my god. Peepee's kind of derping a little bit with the downers, but they're actually pretty hard to challenge. I don't really do this with Falco, but I think it's pretty decent. Oh, whoops. I'm too far. This is the spot I meant to look at. So he downers here, but he doesn't get the right timing on it for this to work out. So he maybe could have jabbed, actually, or tilted or something. But this is still good because he pushes Peach off, and then he gets a down air shine. That's pretty good, honestly. Peach could roll before the shine hits, which is a pretty good way to get out of pressure with doing something before the shine. I actually dislike George Attack. I'll talk about that later. He doesn't wave dash out of his shine, though. I guess to be safe, because he can't be sure the shine is going to hit. He could have, yeah, double shine maybe, but yeah, full hopping out of shine is very safe because he could get center stage control, or he can just chase Peach down now that it hit. Lasers her out of the air. These last lasers were a little bit derpy and bad because he shoots them past Peach, so Peach could have easily hit him there, but Armada doesn't recognize the situation fast enough and just shields. Looks like Peepee tries to move out of shield. Armada just nair down smashes. Roll away to the left is pretty good as Falco in that situation. Armada chooses to pull a turn up instead of pressuring the tech. Armada couldn't have punished the tech, probably. I'm not sure, but he could have at least pressured. He chooses to pull turn up, which is fine. And then Peepee just F smashes. Oh my god. Armada does kind of a useless fair, I'll say. It's a bit useless, but it's fine to do as just a way to get down, but he doesn't do it right, and Peepee actually gets him for it. That S smash probably didn't punish, but Armada probably didn't shield also. Oh, sorry. Okay. So anyway, Peepee does a good... I like that Peepee wave dashes into the corner and just sits there. Even if Armada had bared it, probably would have hit about here. This is a safe spot, and then you can use full jump to get across this way, especially with side B. Sorry, I didn't see what happened in this situation. So he backs off. That's good. Armada, great power shield. This is something Armada's good at, but notice at this height and this range, Falco can just short hop over the laser. So that's why this laser height is broken. Peach can't dash under it. She can't jump over it with a short hop, and you can jump over it if she power shields. So that's one reason power shielding is not that huge a deal for Falco. You can just jump over it. Great dash dancing again. Even though Peach whiffs the fair, and Peach could just dash attack immediately, I think it's pretty good for Peepee to take the risk because now he gets an approach. I think he should have grabbed instead of nairing. Again, Armada could have held down on the nair, and he does get to the ground in the down smash, but he doesn't hold down early enough. But I really don't think I think grab would have been great as Falco. Not that the nair is really bad. That was pretty bad. I think he could have, even with this type of idea, he could have at least seen Armada was so far back and then just chosen not to side B. Good recovery choice with his up B though. Well, he shouldn't have up B'd. He really should have side B'd in a way that worked, but like right here. Oh, he used the up B to stall. I think he could have just side B'd up here though and then shortened, and that would have been good. But he up B's, and at least when he chose the up B, I like his recovery choice. This is good by Armada. Lots of people are bad at this, where like he hit him and then Armada just held down and then hit him back. So that should normally be pretty safe as Falco, but he didn't get enough momentum to the left for it to be safe. So good punish by Armada. Peepee probably could have shined and pressured instead. Let's see this. That was good by Armada. Good power shield. So again, for people who wonder how Armada gets leverage in neutral versus Falco, he lands and he's always ready to power shield into an immediate jump. I think current Armada would have jumped to about here actually, which gives him a little more pressure on Falco, but power shield into jump is so strong this Peach. And the key is being able to power shield like out of a float cancel. Like if you float cancel fair and then he waits for it and lasers you, you're like not in a bad situation. So Peepee just backs off and then nairs under Peach's float, which is pretty cool. It's very high reward as Falco, but if Peach just fares right, like if Peach fares and then just pulls back this way, you'll just get hit for that, or it'll trade, which isn't good for Falco. But Peepee gets him for this instead, and actually just gets the weak nair, which is perfect. He gets up tilt. He should have just down aired him, I think. If he dashed further to about here, he could have shined. But I think with this, you should have just full hop down aired maybe, and then just fast fall and landed and shine the tech in place. Let's see. So that's amazing by Falco. I like that he just, but see, Peepee's like a step ahead of Armada and all this. He just has more awareness. He's like always, so right here, he realizes what's going to happen. He wavelands across and then just falls through and then empty lands and shines and gets pressure. I don't like his combo choice very much. He double jumped too early, I think. Yeah, he double jumped too early. He tried to catch her barely, which would have been cool because she would have had upwards momentum from the shine, and he probably could have up tilted before she hit the platform. Really cool combo idea, but not executed very well, and I'm not sure if it was the best percent for it. So yeah, that's what I think of that. He's just a step ahead on all these little things, though. Again, he waits for this really well. So if Peach fell towards him, he could have just reacted with up tilt or crouch cancel or shield, and then he sees that, and he should have dashed off. He should have instantly down aired, I think, or instantly back aired, but he did the back air a little late. That's a situation where the way you input things is helpful. For example, it's really hard to do a back air, like jump left and then do a back air to the right, unless you use control stick to jump or you claw it. It's pretty hard to go X into back A or X into back C stick that quickly, although it's feasible. But I think that's why Peepee was slow. And this is where, again, Armada reacted fast enough. A lot of worse Peaches would have not reacted fast enough to that situation. Peepee should have definitely gotten the hit, but yeah, that's how that goes. Up throw, down smash. Oh, he wave dashes back into down smash. Interesting. That down smash actually didn't get like any hits, which is really weird. I think Peepee could have actually maybe shined. I'm not sure. So I like this by Armada though, right here. He does this, he always does full hop up air backwards into the float in his old videos. He actually doesn't float cancel there, which is interesting. I think he meant to float for a frame. Armada's like the king of floating. Wait, did he get the float for a frame? Yeah, he did. Dude, he's so good at that. He floats for literally a frame and then like does something out of it. No other Peach is nearly as good at that, which I think is a big difference. Armada can float and do his aerial instantly. Oh, interesting turnip that caught him. Peepee can catch that turnip though. So right here, when Peepee throws this, he throws that turnip, the grab range would have caught here. When you're in the air, you can actually catch items from very far away just by pressing Z, and then he could have just fallen to here. Instead, he should have died. Armada was a little slow. I think Armada really wasn't sure if that turnip would hit because it probably shouldn't have. Unfortunate for Armada though. So Peepee goes for this read with the laser up smash. He lasers him up here. I think he was hoping the second laser would hit. I'm not sure, but he thought Armada would just fall. Good air dodge by Armada. I don't think Peepee should have up smashed at all, but down smash. Peepee buffers the roll preemptively, which wasn't a good idea, actually. Should have just waited, and then he could have short hopped out of shield and punished, or wave dash back shined, which would have been great, or wave dash back up tilt. One thing I think that's like MacD is really good at is like when he down smashes, he knows he's already like potentially punishable, and he's just like, well, let's see what they do, because if they do something like roll, which could have been not great, like MacD would have like crouch canceled that jab and down smashed again. Which I don't think is a great idea, but it works, especially on people, because like they already messed up the punish on down smash, right? But yeah, so that's what I think of that. Dashes away. Armada could have shield grabbed that jab, but doesn't, which is fine. Peepee pressures him. Again, Peepee's always full hopping out of his shine, which is interesting, instead of going for big pressure, because he just knows he can stay safe, and then if he sees something like that, he can punish it. And if he doesn't, he's, well, like in a good position. Alright, fair. Armada DIs away, which is good. I actually think if he wanted to, he could have gotten a laser instead of the fair, or he could have gotten an extremely delayed back air, which if Armada DI'd away, would have sent him super far off stage at a mediocre angle. So those are the things I think you should think about as Falco there. Fair is good, especially on most people, they'll DI. So I think Armada DI'd up and away is what it looks like. Which is a good DI choice, actually. Interesting. So I would have probably set up for a Nair or a Bear here, but Peepee goes for the higher reward read on the air dodge drift, and then just jabs the landing. And I think if he did it fast enough, it actually would have covered everything. So that's actually a cool idea. And even if Armada held down, the second jab probably would have pushed him off the platform. Not if Armada could have shielded in time, it probably wasn't a great idea. But I think Peepee could have done it in a way that Armada couldn't have shielded. So good idea, actually. He doesn't execute it perfectly, but it works out anyway. This is the type of thinking, Peepee's really creative, that I actually don't exactly have when I play Falco. Because like I said, when I see this situation, I'm just like, okay, set up for Bear, set up for Nair, get him off stage, he's in a bad spot, which I think is consistently good. But Peepee has this way of going for high reward option coverages. So again, he tries to shine in case of this, and then if Peach drifts back, she's on the edge, which is fine, and then he actually jabs here. Really like this idea. This is one of the things that makes Peepee so creative. And people talk about his creativity in his neutral game, but they really don't realize that this is one of the spots Peepee is the most unique as a player. I really like it. Okay, this was great. So Armada's like, he's really good at pressuring Falco and then transitioning into like, so he'll like go for the attack and then switch to be pressuring Falco, which is really good because from here, Peach has a lot of leverage to approach here. I really like the word leverage lately. I think it describes a lot of situations in Melee well. But Peepee laser dash backs, which is really good. And then he just nairs, which trades actually. I think maybe, I'm not sure. Again, I don't like the nair approach as much. It was really common back in the day. People still do it, but people have never really gotten good at ASDI down versus it. He should have wave dash shined. I think he meant to. He accidentally rolls. Again, so his shield DI is actually incredible versus Peach. He's always ready to shield DI away. That's one of the PP classics back then. And Falco gets a wave dash shine here into a big combo. But good laser grab. Laser grab is so broken on slow characters because generally they don't have a good spot dodge. And then if they don't have a good spot dodge, they have to roll to avoid it. So but this is specifically when it hits, not when they shield. If you have to dash too far to get the laser grab on shield, they can shield grab you first. Point blank, laser grab beats shield grab. But yeah, if the laser hits a character like Peach or Marth, or even Sheik is a little in the middle though, you should just go for the grab. See, Armada shield comes up for a frame, but he can't really do anything about it. And then he goes for up air, which is great. I like up air a lot. You don't get much more, but that's fine. In this situation, Peepee chooses to drop through and then pressure Peach when she falls down. But I don't think it's likely he could have gotten too much out of that, unless he was way more precise. But that's sort of hard versus Peach's big hitboxes. So Peepee here does cross-up nair approach though, which here I actually like that because Peach is so close. And then he just shields afterwards. And when Armada throws the bear out of shield out, he full jump bears him. This used to happen all the time in their sets. No, a lot of Peaches might float cancel bear out of shield, and then you get less. You're actually sort of in a mediocre spot as Falco. But as long as you shield DI away, you're pretty safe, I think. Let's see. How does this end? Again, jump shine's higher reward there, but back air is way easier to hit. I actually would have liked to see Peepee short hop at this point. And then if Armada comes in here, you can down air him. And then if Armada does something else, you can fall through the platform. Or you have the option to drift back this way. So short hop is really good. Oh, he did short hop. But I think he did it a little too late, maybe. Let me see this. No, he did it pretty quickly. He just didn't down air. I guess he had a read on what Armada was going to do. But I guess the difference is in style. I would tend to down air there or wait and react. Peepee tends to be aggressive because again, even though he falls through here, he still thinks ahead and he's like, okay, well, I cover Peach falling down and then I can still chase her afterwards. Dude, Peepee's so good at this. Again, like, no one understands this aspect of the game as well as Peepee does, in my opinion. Armada's honestly falling for a lot of really basic stuff this set, and I really think he's the type of player, though, that does his default options and then adapts from there. But I really wish he would just, I don't know how to describe it, but I think Armada does decent options that are unlikely to work versus a very good player a lot of the times. And then because that allows him to beat people when they're not playing well or if they're worse than him, and then he can adapt from there. But I think he should give I guess, Peepee more credit in this situation. But then when Peepee plays kind of bad, Armada would just wreck him with these things, right? So I think that's sort of typical of their sets back in 2012, 2013, 2011. Did they even play in 2011? When was this? Yeah, 2011. Back then. So that's what I think of that. But he gets pressure on Armada by falling through, actually, in this situation. And then Armada does a bear, though, and that's hard for Falco to challenge. If he shielded it, he might have been able to shine out a shield from that height, because so the trap with Peach's aerials a lot of the time is that if they feel so safe, but you have to recognize when they aerial. So if they didn't get a float out, or if even with a float, if the aerial is extremely high, they're actually very unsafe. So you have to be good at distinguishing between those two. And like especially the sort of MACD style where Peaches tend to be more aggressive, the aerials tend to be a lot less safe, because they can't afford as much precision with how they do things. So Armada pulls turnip instead of pressuring again. I really wish Armada doesn't always default to pulling turnip, but I actually really like how he throws this turnip. That's really good. Let's talk about this. So he pulls the turnip and he jumps and throws it right here to cover the jump, and then drifts back also. If the turnip had whiffed, he still would have been able to pressure Falco's landing with a fair, which is what he does. Really sick. But the Nair was sort of an autopilot Nair. I think that Nair was in case Peepee immediately approached, but Armada sort of doesn't do it retreating. He does it straight up and then drifts back. This has been sort of the key with all of Armada's stuff here. He's not willing to give up as much space, and because of that, it's easier for Peepee to punish, which he does. I think something Westballs is good at now that maybe Peepee could have been better at is right here. He would have recognized that Armada was going to tech and just short hopped off the platform immediately and maybe down aired. Westballs tends to be good at that sort of thing. I don't know if he would have gotten it here, but Peepee could have gotten way higher reward if he just short hopped off and covered that. He lasers instead, which gets him a lot of pressure, and it's decent, but it's not the same. I wonder if Peepee was like super fast if he could have comboed that. It's very unlikely that Peepee couldn't have comboed that. Yeah, see, it's already like here. Maybe if he got a little more, like maybe in some different world or like different timing, Peepee could have actually gotten that laser dash jump shine to combo. Like if Armada was right here, and if he did get that, that would have been incredible. He gets pressure instead. Also, Peepee has like the fastest fucking wave shines. People don't talk enough about how fast and technical Peepee is. Armada can punish this with shield grab or nair out of shield though. Again, I like Peepee's style of instead of trying to get Peach with something with like a hitbox. So normally I wait for her to fall and then challenge her. What Peepee does is challenges her early, and then here Armada wants to throw out the hitbox to not get nared or up tilted or something, and then Peepee gets under her. So Peepee does this thing where he challenges her high and then abuses his faster fall speed to get under her. I tend to just sort of shark her, just in general. And I think there's probably spots where one style is better, and then some styles where, or some situations where the other style is better. But Peepee tends to always make the stylistic decision, while I tend to always make the other. And I think being able to recognize which one to make is extremely important, but very difficult also. Tries to dare down smash. He's been trying to do that a lot, but he's not recognizing it very well. So here, I don't think he had time, but what he could have done is maybe run off shine dare or something. Tries to dare down smash. That wasn't going to work. So he baits Armada into nairing here, and then just... But notice, he doesn't immediately punish, because it's hard to be sure that Armada's going to nair at this point. So only now has he really reacted to the nair. But so he backs off enough and then just lets Armada shield. But again, I think Armada could have had the awareness to be like, okay, you know what? If he's not going to punish my nair directly, I could just move out of the way instead of shielding. Again, that's another thing Armada does, where like back then he tended to be more preemptive with his decision making. I don't know how he is now, but this is very abusive of Armada's weaknesses. But I think, like I said, the thing that Armada always does is he just adapts later. He just has his default and then adapts. Armada is definitely way more cognizant of a lot of things today, and he does try to play like quote unquote better in the first place. But I still think this says a lot about the way he plays. I like this bait from Peepee though. He does this and then just waits. He just stands there. Again, that was good too. Peach has low shield. You can drift back. You can be safe. Peepee's actually really creative. Good down smash. I'm surprised he didn't laser her at all. Oh, see, this is what I was talking about earlier. He sets up the spot so that he can wait and then he can double jump bear her because he fell down to here. Having the option to double jump bear is the key to edge guarding Peach. If you can't double jump bear, she has nothing to be afraid of. And that's the game. It's sort of unfortunate that Peepee destroyed him so hard because I just ended up talking about Peepee's strengths and Armada's weaknesses. And that's not really fair, but that's how the game went, and I don't really want to spend time watching another one. Like I said, though, you can tell this is a 36-minute long grand finals. Like, Armada always does adapt, which is good on him, but I just wish he would put more effort in the first place. But I do think that's what creates his consistency. Okay. Whew. So I'm done with this game, finally. I'm going to go up, read everything. You want webcam, you quit before that. Yes, it's helpful to watch sets as old as this. It's the same game. People have changed their options, but there's stuff people did before that was really good. I definitely think watching old matches is very useful. Even Armada and Peepee today can look back and like I think they would understand. Essentially, back then it was a simpler time, but people were also better with their decisions. As the game gets more and more complex and people try to do more and more things, they tend to get worse and less clean with their ideas. So one thing I like about old sets is it's very easy to see. It's sort of like how Westball's plays, but back then. It's the same concept of like he plays so simply that the way that you outplay people is very easy to analyze, as opposed to now where people do a little weird stuff and they're less clean with their decision making, like I said. I actually love old sets. Yeah, this PP is incredible. I will go back and watch the entire match now, and I will talk very quickly over it, and you can hopefully see everything I was talking about. What is this 15 to 13.5? Oh, the staling. Okay. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, watch the VODs. Yes, I'm streaming. This is amazing. How did I like Georgia Tech? I didn't like it. It's a high-ranked school, and there's a lot of good things about it, but I just didn't like it personally. It's sort of shitty, though, because even though I didn't like it, if I went back and I had to choose college, I'd choose Georgia Tech again. It's like I had no other choice, but it was still shitty. Because it's a good school in the area, right? I mean, I told you, runoff fair is a combo at certain percents. That's a big thing. But it depends on the spacing. The Sammy stall, I mean, I was not the first person to do it, but I was certainly the first person to understand that it was good for your ledge dash. I was also the first person to use it that in a way, so it creates a consistent timing for ledge dash, improves your ECP. I was also the first person to use it to mix up my timing to get up from the edge, because if they account for the regular Shino stall to get up, I can do a quick one, and then like a Falco laser would whiff me, and then I ledge dash on. Then I was also the first person to use it for edge guarding. So even though I wasn't the first person to do it, I was definitely the first person to do it in a meaningful way, in 3 meaningful ways actually. I really need the bot to answer this question. I main Fox. Yeah, I've been trying not to answer questions during analysis so that when people watch the VODs later, they get better analysis. It's just something I'm trying to work on. Yes, I've been playing Fox. Yes. Okay, stuff. Yes, I am very diligent about answering questions. Thanks for telling them. No, I'm not going to DreamHack too soon. I love this matchup. Me too. Yeah, beating most Peaches is easy on FD, actually. Most Peaches are worst on FD, but they pick it because of the chain grab. Dude, Mango's Falco is incredible. He should main Falco instead of Fox. Perfect Croy can beat any Peach. That's pretty funny. Yes, you can DI the up throw that's no follow-up as possible sometimes. It depends how you SDI the lasers. But even then, I think Falco can occasionally combo it. Up throw on floaties is actually pretty good. Puff can just never get comboed, though, I think, if she SDIs correctly. He might have been trying to laser reset. It's just a good default option, because even if they tech it, like, you pressure. Yeah, it's good because it's a guaranteed option, but I think he had a better one if he was more aware. New Peach tech, I think Leffen stuff is good. Yes, I read all the chat. I'm a genius, thank you. Yeah, I think it's really useful to watch one-sided games, actually. Like, super, super useful. I appreciate that you enjoyed it and watched it. Yeah, me and Prof are going to wreck people in teams, for sure. He goes in, which is what I want Fox to do. I team well with that with Sheik. We're not going to play Double Fox because Double Fox is a wiener team. I will try to talk to him about the recoveries. You forgot I'm amazing, thanks. Hey, what's up, Ohio Fox Boy? I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't streamed much, though. Yeah, I've seen you in the stream a lot. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yes, it is 100% invincible. I prefer calling it the fast stall because it has a implication to it, but I mean, I'm fine with it being named after me since I'm the one who did useful things. It's 100% invincible, and you have a couple frames of leniency doing it. The trick is to let go of the edge perfectly, obviously, and then to fast fall far enough. It's faster, has no hitbox, and then you're fully invincible so you can just punish when they go on stage. No, Double Fox is like the most wiener team. You just fucking back air and then rush them down stupidly in between. It's like such a wiener team. Yeah, Double Fox is huge wiener team. It's also easy. That's the big thing. It's also easy, and there's not much nuance to it. It's a really good team, but it's one of my least favorite, honestly. It's also not obviously the best team, unlike most people think. Okay, I think I caught up to everything. No, I fast fall and then press up and B at the same time. If you press up too early, you would double jump. Which I think there's enough leniency to do. No, I don't mind people talking to me, asking for autographs, or just asking questions. Yes, I use Gray Stick. Falco's underutilized because it's easy to mess up and die with Falco, which discourages people from it. And then historically, Falco players have the idea that, okay, so I can just go Fox, it's sort of the same, but just better. But really, Falco is just completely broken in teams, especially with Sheik and Fox, and pretty good with Falcon. I think Armada always talks about Falco Puff, but that team's extremely awkward and has a lot of weaknesses. It also requires your situational awareness and punish game to be off the charts. You have to pretty much rest everything and convert everything perfectly. It's actually a pretty awkward team. But yeah, I think Fox Falcon, Fox Sheik, and Falco Sheik, Falco Falcon, and Falco Fox are both incredible. Yeah, he's really good at Double Fox teams. No surprise there. Yeah, I think Falco Puff and Falco Peach are actually overrated. Falco Peach is very easy to play and good. Falco Puff is actually very difficult to play and maybe good. I'm not sure. Few Falcos try to play like Peepee. They're not smart enough. Yeah, pretty much. I think a lot of people do like people. Yeah, I don't double jump for the stall. I just immediate up B. You could maybe I double jump for a frame, but that part's unimportant. Is Marth good in teams? Only with Fox. Maybe with Falco, but it's hard to say. But definitely with Fox. Peepee's incredible. Yeah, Zoo's actually really good. Think while playing. I think it depends if you mean friendlies or tournament. If you're playing friendlies, you should just focus on just play, and then like you should try to consciously understand. Not like consciously playing is very difficult and it will limit you, but I think it depends what you're trying to accomplish. There's a mode where you should just play and then use that to get better intuitively. And then there's a mode where you should actually have like them. Okay, I'm gonna stop. The most important thing to think in friendlies is to consciously recognize things as you play. Not consciously think about every single decision, but play normally and then consciously recognize things that either you've thought about before or new situations. That's the most important thing. Yeah, Martha's broken with Fox. Not so good with everyone else. Playing like Peepee is hard. Yeah, playing like Peepee is so hard. How do you develop mind games? I don't think you should really think about that. In terms of mind games, you should work on not being predictable in situations where it's not useful. Being predictable in ways that they can't punish is fine. You should also work on recognizing habits and stuff. But people are saying you have no mental game, that's not necessarily mind games. It might just be that your awareness isn't good enough. I don't know if Sheik beats Puff anymore. I used to think that. Now I'm neutral on it. Nowadays, I think the matchup is retarded, stupid, fuck that matchup, but I don't know if Sheik or Puff wins. It's definitely stupid for Sheik, though. Like, stupid to deal with. Puff has so many stupid things. Yes, people like West Balls and Meeting should just learn the matchup. Plays most like Peepee. My Falco when I played well, but there's like no footage of my Falco playing well, besides like glimpse and pieces versus PPU had like a couple good moments. No one else really plays like Peepee though at all. No problem about asking she questions. I think if you can get the ledge hop reverse fair, that's ideal. I never go for it because it's too hard. I never practice it enough though. I usually ledge hop dare and just cross up though, and then when he DIs in, I just fair him. Or if he DIs off stage, I pressure him. I think also standing up and then just re-grabbing into a kill is pretty good sometimes. Especially if you can get to the middle side of him when you go for the grab. So you could ledge dash turnaround grab or ledge hop turnaround grab. Ledge hop dare is good if it'll send him far enough. Fruit Loop, I don't know, none of them play like Peepee. I appreciate that you think I explained melee well, and I hope more people watch my stream and learn from it. Squid, I haven't watched Squid lately. I'm sure he's developed a lot. I don't really want to comment on Squid because I just don't know what he does nowadays. Alright. Did I work through everything? Anything else? Oh. Falcon guide. Cool. God damn it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I never ran through the game again. Did you guys want me to? I always do run through the game. Not the whole set, but usually the game that I talked about. I didn't do that this time. Let's watch the whole game. I actually really like that match, and you'll get a better sense for the overall flow and strategy of the match. So that's what Tarlog was talking about, where he's like, not everything is just a situation. And that's definitely true. So you get a better sense for what happened in the match. So let's watch it. Sorry for people in the VODs. I didn't watch it overall, but it's okay. Did I almost retweet something? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, yeah, I remember. You caught me. Okay, let's watch the match real quick. Should I talk? Do you guys like it when I talk over the match as it plays very quickly and run down all the things I said? Or should I just let it play? Someone tell me this who's watched my stream a lot, because I've done both before. I think they have their various benefits. This time I kind of just want to let it play with commentary, because I think I just want to watch the match like it's a just tournament match. I don't even want to talk about it. Usually I do talk, though. Dang, everyone's saying talk. Okay, sure. Talk time. All right. Oh, there was no commentary. Okay, oh, no, there's commentary. Never mind. I was like, dang, I could have lost it. Okay, sure. Let's do it. Okay, so here's the up air I talked about. I talked about how Peepee up tilted. Could have read his movement here, like I said, instead of the up tilt. 1 second, let me turn annotations off. Okay, go. So I can't talk about that too much, but up tilt versus reading the move. What the fuck? Oh, wait, they were off. Why did it come up? I'm pissed. Okay, anyway, could have up tilted to read his movement. Nares at him, chases him down. Armada could have DI down. I love that back air. You pressure Peach. He gets under her. Again, that's Peepee style. Dare down smash, amazing. Should short hop, fast fall, double jump, dare to cover that. Doesn't. He had to back air. Should have down tilted there. Gets hit, but it doesn't matter. So he knows he's at low percent, so it's not a big deal. He's about to dash dance in the corner. He gets clipped, but again, it doesn't matter. Low percent. This should be pretty easy. He needs to set up the double jump bear here. He fails to set up the right spacing. But again, if you're going to mess up the edge guard, it's okay to let Peach grab the edge, because then she can't do anything. Avoids Peach well. He's about to go into the core. Oh, he uses that's the other sock. He uses the laser for leverage there, like I said. The battlefield platforms are really good. I want to emphasize that. You get this, you get there. Lasers her, reads her going down there. That's good. He backed off too much with the lasers. I think he should have turned around and started back airing there. Oh yeah, God, there's so much to talk about in this match. I talked about how he could have comboed her on no DI or lasered on DI away. I love this dash dance. Baits her, could have shined, but that's hard. Shouldn't have dared her out of the air. Should use a different aerial. Jumps out of the corner. I talked about the Peach tech chase. Talked about this combo and how that wasn't the right choice, but he gets the sort of easy pressure afterwards. He always pulls helps out of his shine. There's so much happening here. Yeah, I guess snare down smash. That's hard. I don't like that Armada always pulls the turnip. He does a bad fair also. Super autopilot. Here's where he goes to the corner and stays there. I like that spot. It's pretty safe. I like he jumps over the power shield, waits for the jabs, and then goes in. Shouldn't have nared, though, probably. bad side B, honestly. Here he could have side B'd high and shortened because Armada was too far away. That back air, again, they're both still cognizant of the low percent for punishing. That's really important. I like that Peepee gets under that. He messes up the combo, but then chases her down. He's more situationally aware. This is weird. The down smash doesn't get as many hits. Peepee backs off. That's the Armada classic. Gets barely float for a frame. Messes up the kill. Peepee could have caught that turnip also, but does a bad laser up smash. Doesn't need to. Messes up. I talked about how MacD would have probably punished that. Great down air. Fair. Armada does DI up away. I talked about the mix up there. Talked about how creative Peepee is with the shine punish right there. What else happens? Okay, this is pretty good. Backs off a lot. Nair trades with jab. That's not bad. Laser grab is so good on floaties. I love the up air. I love how he gets under him. Punishes that back air. Bad back air from Armada, honestly. Amazing turnip, though. Again, he does... I'm going to talk about how this is so greedy from Armada to do it without drifting back enough. Peepee does the laser into the down air. Also gets the fake pressure, sort of. I love that how he gets under him. He goes high then low. Remember I talked about that? That down air wasn't great. Nice bait. Gets him in the corner. Does that shield poke. Yep, there's the shield poke. Lasers him low. Down smashes him. If Armada waited longer to grab the edge, he could have grabbed it himself for Peepee. And then he gets the double jump bear. Okay. I'm going to watch it once without talking. I'll let it play while answering chat questions. Yeah, that makes sense. Versus Jigs, I really don't know. I don't think she can force much versus Jigs. Unless she's, what's it called? You can engage her in bad risk-reward scenarios. Or if you have a percent advantage. Yes, I agree. Armada played bad this game. Do I ever analyze low-level sets? Once I get a sub and donation thing set up, I will do that for people who support me somehow. Falcon versus Sheik, it's not bad at all. I think Sheik wins, but only very slightly. Falcon versus Puff is another bullshit matchup against Puff. It just sucks for Falcon. I don't think it's a bad matchup by any means. It's very close to even. But Falcon just has to deal with a lot of bullshit, and Puff doesn't. Same as Sheik Puff. Not really sure who wins, but Sheik and Falcon both definitely have to deal with bullshit versus Puff. Any character that can't grab Puff out of crouch has to deal with some really stupid shit. Also characters that are bad at approaching. Again, Sheik and Falcon. Falco is only in a bad spot because Peepee and Mango aren't playing him. In the actual metagame, the top level options that have been developed are perfectly viable and strong. If Peepee was playing at his peak, I think he would dominate everyone with his level of Falco. If Mango didn't mess up so much or be a wiener and quit Falco every time, I think his Falco would also be very dominant. I only think he's a bad spot in the sense that the two top Falco players aren't playing him. The options Mango and Peepee discovered are very strong, and I don't think people figured out how to beat them or anything. Yes, Puff changes the game you have to play, and it's very hard for Falcon and Sheik to deal with if she plays it right, which most people don't. Laser Heavy Falco, you use Power Shield for leverage, you use Full Hop Needles to disrupt him in neutral, and you use Platforms. Again, if you get lots of needle charges, you can pressure him. Otherwise, you can crouch under lasers or use, if he keeps shooting low ones, jump over to get near him. I ultimately think that power shielding is the easiest way to get something in. Changing the height timing of power shielding is a huge weakness because you can dash under or short hop over, and Platforms aren't a stall because you can get needles. And getting needles is huge, and he doesn't want that. It's really not wishful. I think Peepee's incredible at his peak. I think Peepee is the best at the game when he plays his best. No, Nair is not as safe as he's making it look, but in order to make it unsafe, Armada has to crouch cancel, which is risky versus down air, and it's only good at the range where down air will whiff, but Nair will clip you, so then you can crouch cancel. But it does catch her out of her jump and stuffs her ground movement if she's not quick to crouch cancel. But Armada could be power shield down smashing or crouch canceling. Peepee always overused Nair, and I always told him that, but it was always pretty effective. Thoughts on Westballs? He's very good, but has a lot of issues. He takes big risks and doesn't abuse Falco's neutral. He abuses Falco's neutral only in a sort of airborne jump drift fashion, which works versus people who aren't as aware as him. I'm going to pause this because I'm not watching this game. Works versus people who aren't as aware of him, but Armada's really good at discreetly and concretely breaking down the situations, which means that the risk reward is sort of mediocre for Falco. I don't know if that's the real test or not. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But yeah, oh, I get what you're saying. Yes, beating Armada Peach especially is the real test for a non-god to show that you're a god. Or could be, but I don't really think talking about that matters. But yeah, I really do think Peepee is like next level. But he messes up a lot, and he hasn't been on top of his game. No problem answering your questions. Okay, good luck at your local. Sheik gameplay videos that have examples of good AC fair usage. Not off the top of my head. Shroomed uses it a lot. Amsa uses it a lot. I really don't think AC fair is as good as people think it is, though. Yes, they all can beat Hungrybox, but Hungrybox is definitely a favorite on average. Peepee in true form is probably the best player, but I sound like Peepee in the way I talk or my voice. I don't think our voices are very similar. I do think we think about things similarly. I also don't think like our intonation or anything is similar. I've been told the way I speak is similar to Tafikins by several people, which I didn't really see either, but who knows. Yeah, the KJH Falco stuff is funny. Alright, guys. Anything else? Bruce Lee quotes. Something, something, flow like water, something. Yeah. Yeah, I think we articulate similarly. Yeah, what Bobs was saying isn't that the gods can't beat Hungrybox. He was saying that maybe beating Hungrybox or Armada shows that you're at that level. Nope, I am not a pretty big fan of AC Fair. I think it is useful. I think it is important, but I don't think it is... essentially, the Amsa Sheik metagame back in 2010, which he developed, was all spamming Fair. And that's all Sheik players would do. And it's like very low risk reward. It's not good risk reward for Sheik, and it's easy to challenge her afterwards. The biggest issue with spamming Fair with Sheik is that every time you jump, the opponent can choose to engage you on their terms because now your mobility is limited. As Armada always says, the biggest thing in the Peach Sheik matchup is knowing she has low aerial mobility. Every time Sheik short hops, the other player gets to choose whether or not to engage with it. So the only time that really works in Sheik's favor is when she has them cornered. It is good space control though, and the fact that they have to respect it is useful. People see the Tafo, that's interesting. No, I don't meditate, but I think about things a lot, obviously. Yes, I answered the Falco question. Conscious and subconscious mental game and tournament sets. It's very difficult. I think my solution has been very different than most people's, which is when I realize that I consciously question myself and think things in tournament. So my solution has been to go back and consciously understand those situations so perfectly that when the conscious thought does occur to me, it doesn't distract me at all, because I do know my brain can provide a perfect conscious solution. I don't think thinking consciously is good in tournament sets. You should play as naturally as possible, but I think my solution has been different than most people's, but it's been very effective for me. I am aware that meditating does not equal thinking about things a lot. And I specifically said I do not meditate, but I do think that I am a player who most people would archetype into meditating, which is what I was trying to get around. Yeah, you should rewatch on VOD. Go start practicing Sheik. Practice your punish game. Practice your movement. Practice ledge game. Yes, exactly. But one of the things is that sometimes you consciously question something that you would normally reflexively do. And I think if you can consciously provide your brain with the solution in the situation where you question something that you normally do reflexively, it will be easier to execute it. Pressure neutral with Falco. Let's not move forward from that. Just watch Peepee and Mango. Essentially, you have to figure out how you're threatening people and how they have to respect that. You're probably not lasering as often as you could be, and you're also probably not using your movement appropriately to get close and threaten people. I don't know. I get lazy very much when I'm playing in tournament. Not so much friendlies. No problem, Spooky Magics. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I get pretty lazy in tournament. You just have to have a goal in mind, or you have to motivate yourself somehow, ultimately. Alright. I think I'm done. Pretty tired. No, you cannot neutral air after fast falling a short hop, but you can neutral air then fast fall before the hitbox comes out. Play Sheik and win a super major, please. I probably could. I'm pretty confident in my Sheik, but I got really annoyed playing her, honestly. I think I would have improved. I was improving so much and getting consistent in tournament versus non-Fox. I was actually out of my mind by the time I winning tipped off and then going to drop zone. I felt incredible about my Sheik, but it's just not fun to win or lose with her at the end of the day for me personally. So it's not for me. And I think I'll just take my Fox to the same heights that I had my Sheik very soon. No, I don't. Oh, would a chart like that be useful? Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I'm just going to win with Fox. And if my hands hurt too much, I will switch to Falco or Sheik. But I'm taking care of my hands. I really want to play Fox. I stopped with Falco mostly because my hands were getting better. And also, I was really salty after a loss. But it wasn't the loss that made me switch. It was just for the 3 weeks afterwards, every time I played Falco, I just didn't want to anymore. Now I want to play Falco a lot again, but I just didn't want to. My Fox is nubby, only in tournament. It's not very newbie outside of tournament. And my Sheik was newbie in tournament too for a while. Tournament does different things, and I think each tournament I have to work on, I mean, just being better. But I'm getting there. Even when I play bad, I'm beating good people, so it'll get there. Give it time. Play some Falco. I wish. What about Marth? Maybe Marth for counter picks once I get my Fox under control. I'm going to Gommel. Last time a solo Fox mid won a major whenever Leffen did. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah. I will be the solo Fox to win a tournament. Unless Leffen does it first. Yeah, Leffen at HTC is probably it. Good call, Ryan. Alright, guys. Let's check his streaming and then log off. I appreciate you guys watching me. As always. Don't leave the stream yet, though. Wait till I host someone. I think the hosting concept is really cool. It's one of my favorite things about Twitch. Oh, we got SFAT. We got Fuzziness, and then a bunch of people I don't know. Let's host SFAT. Alright. Thanks, guys.
I don't really
love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Quick shield drop tutorial.
Host.
Sure, we can do a quick shield drop tutorial. Just for you, Mojo, because you were my first sub today, so. Alright, so